The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest.
Arsenal against Manchester United.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So we're up and running. Arsenal have gone 4-3-3. Jim, how do you interpret that?
Yeah, Peter, you can look at this formation 1 minute and think that it is 4-3-3, and the next time you check it'll be 4-5-1, and it's all to do with whether you've got the ball or not, and the wider attacking players being asked to apply defensive discipline too. When it does turn to a 5 across midfield, then the shape of this team takes on a much tidier, compact defensive look.
So Javier Zanetti, Jim, very little doubt, I suppose, that he will have a huge influence on the outcome today.
Absolutely, Peter. One of his teammates even said he was better than all of us put together, which goes to show how complete a player he actually is. When it comes to balancing attack and defence, I'm not sure there's ever been anyone better.
Pull it. Lahm.
This is the time you need that pace.
Oh, can he get onto this? Pretty cagey early on from both sides. And it's Ronaldinho. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Zanetti. Xavi Alonso. And it's Conte. Here's Roberto Carlos. That's a sharp pass. Hullet. And it's Hullet. First quarter of an hour gone. And here's Haaland. Ah, such a clever touch. Oh, good ball. Haaland! Goal! Arsenal! Arsenal take the lead. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Arsenal are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
I think that's a corner. Yes, it is.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Hullet with the short one. And now a sudden chance to counter. That's a lovely, neat pass. Now it's Eto'o.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Conte.
Manchester United are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Roberto Carlos is looking to influence the game from out wide. Arsenal trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. Conte. Roberto Carlos. Now Howson. 30 minutes gone. And it's Rijkaard. Zanetti. Xavi Alonso, who does have an assist to his name. Zanetti. Irwin. Now it's Ronaldinho. Threads one in. Hullet is in a really good position out wide.
Manchester United truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Roberto Carlos. Conte. Roberto Carlos. Eto'o going face-to-face with his great rival. It's Roberto Carlos. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Ronaldinho. Beckham. Tries to pass it through, and it's Beckenbauer. Cross is blocked, and that's a corner. It's their second corner of the game. That is a brilliant interception. Arsenal are looking to go forward now. Ronaldinho. Oh, this is real chance!
There will be 1 minute added time.
That could spell trouble. He's picked his way through. Well, he's... Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Broadcast live on our club's FM station. Substitution.
There's the start of the second half.
Manchester United really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Some really good ball movement. Beckenbauer. Collar is onto this. Hullet. Oh, important interception. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Engages and forces him off the ball. Manchester United come out this half somewhat altered.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Roberto Carlos. And it's Conte. Pressing high and with purpose. Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Can he get on the end of this?
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Baresi is there, and he can get that clear. And he plays one through. Now by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Baresi. Beckenbauer. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Hangs chance! Against the crossbar! Firm header just off target.
And he did so well to get himself there. What a good effort.
Howson. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
Eto'o is a player who's always giving defenders headaches. And it's Beckham. Manchester United perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Piqué. Beckenbauer. It's a good spell of possession, this. Knocks it into space. Lahm plays it in.
There's much frustration as to the lack of a touch to finish that off.
And this is Ronaldinho. Beckenbauer.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Howson. Here's Roberto Carlos. And the keeper's given it away. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
Substitution in progress.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting. Howson. Here's a man who his teammates can look to in all times. And the counter is on. 75 minutes played.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Zanetti. And it's Eto'o. Osimhen goes on a run down the left wing. Tries from distance.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 8, Johan Cruyff. Coming on the field.
He is just caressing the ball.
19, Franz Beckenbauer.
Rijkaard. Manchester United are in dire need of a breakthrough. Can they?
Look, their path is set. They have to take risks in every situation now.
Pele, chance for a shot! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Oh, it's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. Zanetti. Zanetti tries making a foray down the right. Haaland providing an outlet on that flank.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Eto'o. Now, can they get him away? That's really well manoeuvred. That's that, the end. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, this guy Saka, I've been praising since day one. Someone who has a great versatility in his game, the right attitude, very clever in how he operates around the pitch. And I think he has the potential to excel in most attacking positions. But when it comes down to it, I'd actually love to see him operate in a number 10 for a spell. I think he could thrive there.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there. Thinks about the shot. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Knocks it out wide. Beckham. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Crosses it in here. Deflected behind for a corner kick.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
And now a sudden chance to counter. No, that's been intercepted. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Look at the space here. And this is Hullet. Well read, and the danger is averted. He goes for a shot! Deftly away. And it's Hullet. Oh, well played, well played. Plays it through. Saka. Oh, nice touch. Vitinha. And he's managed to get free. Might be danger here. Oh, what's he giving here? He's given a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. So the most significant moment of the game. Oh, what a save from Van der Sar! Intercepts the throw, that's well read. Beckham. Well, that's been cut out, well played. No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. Beckenbauer. Nicely aimed pass. Crosses it. Cristiano Ronaldo! And the keeper couldn't hold it. Goal! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky, it'll come your way.
So the first moment of real significance.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Irwin is flagged offside. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Oh, what a climb! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! Certain, searing, and imperious.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Beckenbauer, Piqué, and it's Ronaldinho. Now it's Hullet, and this is Beckham. Shoots! He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time.
Manchester United really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Irwin makes the interception.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Terrific header! Firm header, just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
Nicely spread. Over to the other side. Manchester United are still behind as we reach out for half-time. Beckenbauer. Ronaldinho. Beckenbauer. This looks promising. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Nicely shaped cross. Lahm. And it's Hullet.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Beckenbauer. And it's Lahm.
2 added minutes has been
The
indicated.
less said about that pass, the better. Rijkaard. That's a little off target. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. And we've reached half-time. How was the first half compared with your expectation?
The boss is going to be disappointed with the way his team just switched off for those 2 goals. They'll have to take some risks now to try and get back in this game, and it's easier said than done, as we know.
Here we go again.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
And that has left him in a heap. Right card, concedes a free kick for that. Well, that's a booking, always looked it.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
Beckham. He is just caressing the ball. Can he get on the end of this? Cross needs... Up he goes! He's scored! The second half off to a spectacular start. What a header! Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
Superb timing to generate that power, threw a really strong neck behind it, and he gave the keeper little opportunity.
We have got ourselves a game here.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
Now it's Beckham. Vieira pulls off an exemplary piece of defending.
Manchester United have certainly changed the dynamic, but I'm not quite sure.
It's Cristiano Ronaldo! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
They've played it short. Engages and forces him off the ball. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. And no surprise, that's a booking. Ronaldinho, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. Lahm. Now it's Beckham. So we've reached the hour mark. Now it's Ronaldinho. A heavy challenge.
Manchester United really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
And it's Vitinha. He's in space and looking for options. Big header! He scores! And this is getting better and better. A really thumping header. Absolutely crashes it in.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
So the lead now is 2.
That has the feeling of a breath of fresh air, Peter, and now they can fill their lungs and just blow them away.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Substitution on the field. Number 77.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Number 25.
Thuram.
Nuno Mendes.
Lahm.
Coming on the field. Number 9.
Challenge just a bit on the firm side.
Number 14. Roberto Carlos.
That's a good foot in there. Gullit really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Shot a goal! It's there! And they are dragging it back! Game on again! Well, how's that for a class finish?
That's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Manchester United get themselves back into contention.
Well, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
Pele.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
He's shifting through the gears here.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Now that's well seen too. Eto'o chasing after it. Saka. Roberto Carlos is wide and looking to get onto this. Saka. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Rui Costa. Nicely worked. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
It is looking like the end. If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
At least they're going about it as they should, having brought this on themselves.
Passing nice and neat.
Might want to be careful there. I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Now it's Pele. Passing is crisp and sharp. Rijkaard. It's Saka. Vitinha is the team's great visionary.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
And the shot! It's a goal! And surely that does it! Perfect time! Decisive strike! What a delicious goal, stroked in like a maestro.
Oh, how does he get the ball to do that? He's on another level to most of his peers.
2 up and very little time left. Surely this is it.
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see their more experienced lads step up to the plate now.
And the pass is intercepted. Well, that is one way to stop him. The referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. In the end then, no joy, not for the want of trying. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie.
Hello, everyone,
The fans
and
have pulled out
welcome to
all the
Old
stops to
Trafford.
make this a monumental
Manchester
occasion.
United against Manchester United.
Red is the colour, the only colour. We bring you this game, of course, from Old Trafford, Manchester. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already.
Well, Peter, it's easy to heap praise on players that play further up the field, but they couldn't do what they did without the unsung heroes doing the dirty work, and Frank Rijkaard is amongst the very best in the business.
Some say the best ever.
Yeah, and I can see why. He's about as sophisticated as players come, and his role covers everything from
Oh, what has happened here? In once more. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Now it's Shevchenko. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Now it's Luis Suarez. And this is Neymar. Shevchenko.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Looking for the run. Veron. Lahm. Lahm drives forward on the overlap. Plays it across. Climbs up big! And oh, he's got that completely wrong. Ferdinand. And it's Ronaldinho. And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And we have our very first corner. Veron with the short one. Now it's Barol. Here it is, crossed in. Nice sequence of passes, this. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Deep cross. Tries to get it clear.
Well, they're clearly focusing on that right side, Peter. That's where the crosses are coming from, where the danger lies. Look, it's the width that's providing this momentum, and they look set to further exploit. Gives the defence a decision to make, whether to go zonal or man-to-man now.
No goals as yet. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. And here's Suarez. That has been slung wide. Veron.
Manchester United are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
Veron cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Beckenbauer. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Now it's Ronaldinho. A lot of chance, surely! It's hit the upright. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. There's the shot! Oh, he's been caught napping. And again. Goal! Manchester United! What a header. Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and made it perfectly.
Manchester United have shapes to shoot! Just off target.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And he's taking no chances there. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Hullet. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. And here's Hullet. Gives it back. Baron. Luis Suarez dominates aerially so often. Now it's Luis Suarez. Neymar. Oh, good take in a good area. Real chance! That's really well manoeuvred. And it's Messi. Cristiano Ronaldo. Baron. Lahm. Beckenbauer. He's looking wide. It's Hullet. It's a good spell of possession, this. Cristiano Ronaldo. I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Hullet opts for safety. Played towards the front line. Piqué cuts it out. Nicely weighted ball. Big chance! Sticks it away! And this is getting better and better.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
The goal for Manchester United, number 21.
boys, it's just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And already we're underway here. Now then, this man really is a legend, perhaps the legend, a revolutionary, the father of a philosophy. He is, of course, Jim, Johan Cruyff.
We'd have no total football.
Oh, smash it against the crossbar. He can get that clear. He's played it back.
Not a lot more he could do there.
Well, they've got it back in a hurry. That's a good ball out wide. Bale gets into some space. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Brilliantly cut out. Barcelona with the corner. They're first. Back it goes. Now there's the clearance. It's a pretty loose pass. Manchester United have the chance to go the other way. Eto'o. Beckenbauer. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Beckham. Oh, super ball! And again, he's sorted that out terrifically. Oh, good spread. Now it's Bale. Neither of these two want to come off second best. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Pass is just off target. Baresi. Manchester United are seeing more of the ball, but still aren't carrying much goal threat. Messi was only too happy to help out in defence.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky.
Cristiano Ronaldo! Ronaldo! Superb! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! Manchester United take the lead. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Hullet dominates aerially so often. It's a good run down the right. He is just caressing the ball. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Manchester United are very much in charge here, dominating possession and a goal to the good. Cristiano Ronaldo, and a chance! Cristiano Ronaldo, a class apart, out on his own. A finish of true class. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring.
I think you have to appreciate the simplicity and efficiency of it all there, Peter. The ease at which the defence got taken out of the equation, and he was never going to miss that.
Manchester United are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down, but they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Well, this looks promising in terms of distance and angle. Beckham! Just off target.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Beckham. Manchester United have hit a quick-fire double here and are firmly in the driving seat. 2-0 the score. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances.
Yeah, a callous act that was used to rescue a desperate moment, Peter. They dug a deep hole for themselves there.
Beckham! That is some save from Khan! Oh, he's been caught napping. Turns and goes back. Elects to cross. He rises! Yes! Irrepressible, imperious, that's what makes him what he is. A really thumping header, absolutely crashes it in.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
This is such a dominant performance. The defence are sick of the sight of him, but he doesn't look finished just yet.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Cruyff. Baresi gets over and intercepts. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Ronaldinho, the specialist in tearing teams apart. And here's Beckham. Ronaldinho. Beckenbauer. Shevchenko. No, again there's no way through. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it's... Chance, surely! And that's a good-looking ball. Oh, that's a very decent ball now! Beckenbauer. And the counter is on. Now it's Shevchenko. Messi. Cruyff. That is a brilliant interception. And the first 45 minutes are up. Well, that was as one-sided as it gets. Only one side have shown up here, and they're just tearing it up at will.
It's an eye-catching scoreline, but it's a fair reflection on what we've just seen in this first half, Peter. Now they just need to make sure they retain their focus until the very end. No slip-ups.
Manchester United are relentlessly steamrolling their way to victory then. 3 goals scored without reply.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 20.
And the action is back on the way.
El dorsal 16.
Eto'o stood up well to him there. Cruyff. And it's Bale. Cafu. And it's Bale. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Cruyff. Here's Rodri. Played back in. And that's aimed into the middle. Barcelona have it back and can go again. Cristiano Ronaldo, a player who needs no introduction. That's a nicely shaped ball. And this is Eto'o. Now, can he find a finish? Great chance! Oh, taken with style. It is no contest. It is a landslide. Calm, and that's it. So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Things have got underway here pretty promptly.
Javier Zanetti will be having a very busy game for sure, Peter. He'll be raiding the flanks all game long, if he's allowed to, of course. But if he starts beating people and getting balls into the box consistently, I can only see one winner here.
And he does it with such an unassuming demeanour. He makes the ordinary look beautiful, doesn't he?
He does, absolutely. His game is just laced with moments of sheer brilliance.
What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. And we have the first chance from a dead ball situation. Messi! That's a half-decent try.
Messi certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Maldini. Beckenbauer. And it's Beckham. Baresi. That's a lovely, neat pass. Eto'o. Lovely. It's Eto'o! Oh, it's hit the post. Balde. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Maldini. And it's Maldini. Pull it. And here's Ronaldinho. And the shot! Goal! Manchester United! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And there's green grass ahead of him. Lovely ball and a real chance now. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
He's picked his way through.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Maldini. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Well timed, excellent interception. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. It's Park Ji-sung. Van Basten. Cristiano Ronaldo, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Manchester United looking to pass their way through. And he's cut it out. Messi, quality ball. Chance here to counter. Valde. Great vision. No luck with that dink over the top. Lahm is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Aimed beyond the defence. Brilliantly cut out. Koundé. This might spell danger. Shoots! It's in! A 2-goal lead and they're firmly in control. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
Manchester United are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Now they can break here. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Bullet really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Balde. And here's Eto'o. Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. Now it's Eto'o. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And they're back on the ball again. Mbappe. Can he get on the end of this? And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Zanetti. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Threads one in.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Beckham.
They want to be...
And we've reached half-time. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Today's match day program
Manchester United in control at half-time, 2-0.
I'm sure they will make fine souvenirs.
So off we go once more. Now Ronaldinho. And it's Hullet. Now it's Eto'o. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And he has shown him a yellow card. This looks like a more than decent chance to strike.
Well, it looks very much like he's taken this on. From this distance, it's pretty inviting.
What a save by Diogo Costa! Oh, he's been caught napping. That's good play. No way through, so he's having a shot!
Manchester United are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
Cristiano Ronaldo! And how good was that? About as smooth as it gets. And they are pulling clear here.
I think you have to appreciate the simplicity and efficiency of it all there, Peter. The ease at which the defence got taken out of the equation, and he was never going to miss that.
Substitution on the field. Number 12.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Oh, crap. Beckham! Araujo is there to clear. And here's Ronaldinho. Oh, that's superb. Oh, robust challenge. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. It's a pretty loose pass. Pull it. Lahm.
That dugout has had some relief at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
And Hullet! Ruud Hullet! Oh, it's fabulous! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! Over the hills and far away! No catching them now! The movement, and that's it. Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Begden alongside me and